MH370 has taken us halfway around the world. At the moment, there are new leads, but nothing conclusive. Our thoughts continue to be with the families who are still waiting for news. In the meantime, we are grateful for the ongoing cooperation shown by all our partners in this multinational search. Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now the floor is open for Q&A. We'll start with the local media. Malaysian media first. First one, please. Please, kenalkan diri daripada. Now you can sit down.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Saya Shima daripada TV Al-Hijrah. Datuk Seri memandangkan banyak petunjuk dijumpa di bahagian koridor selatan. Adakah Malaysia akan merancang untuk memindahkan pusat operasi SAR dekat negara berdekatan dengan koridor selatan? Dan sekiranya ya, macam mana dengan logistik dan sebagainya? Dan kedua, Datuk Seri, banyak selepas 17 hari banyak soalan teknikal diajukan, dan bila agaknya pihak Boeing dengan Rolls-Royce akan turut serta dalam sidang media ini? Terima kasih.
Jawapan kepada soalan kedua, saya boleh mengesahkan bahawa dalam fasa ini penting untuk pihak-pihak teknikal seperti Boeing dan Rolls-Royce tampil ke hadapan. Saya boleh mengesahkan bahawa kerjasama dengan kita daripada hari pertama lagi, dan ini masuk kepada fasa di mana mereka akan tampil ke hadapan untuk menjawab apa-apa jua soalan yang diperlukan. Ini jatuh di bawah 4 perkara yang saya sebutkan tadi. Satunya dari segi tim kepakaran yang bertambah setiap hari. Berhubung kait dengan tumpuan kita tetap menjurus kepada kedua-dua koridor, tetapi dengan lead dan juga maklumat terbaru daripada Perancis, daripada China, daripada Australia, sudah tentunya banyak aset kita ditumpukan ke koridor selatan. Dan ini untuk mendapat pengesahan bahawa sightings yang dimaklumkan dahulu memang datangnya daripada MH370. Kalau itu dapat disahkan, maka kita tak teragak-agak untuk membawa semua aset kita dan juga daripada negara-negara yang membantu ke selatan koridor. Tapi selagi kita dapat seperti dahulu, saya dah nyatakan memerlukan kolaborasi dan pengesahan. Selagi itu tak berlaku, saya rasa tidak adil kepada keluarga penumpang-penumpang dan kru untuk kita hanya tumpukan kepada koridor selatan.
Okay, the next question, please. Yang tudung hijau tu. Digi, tak apa, Digi. Just stand up and ask a question, please. Thank you.
Saya Rosma daripada RTM.
Ya, Rosma.
Saya difahamkan yang tentera laut US telah mengirim alat mengesan kotak hitam. Dan saya nak tahu, adakah ia berkaitan dengan permintaan Datuk Seri kepada US untuk peralatan untuk mencari di dalam laut, sebab kita tidak mempunyai teknologi seperti itu. Dan soalan saya yang kedua, saya dimaklumkan yang media kita mendapat layanan yang agak buruk di Beijing. Kita merupakan satu-satunya media yang tidak dibenarkan untuk turut serta dalam briefing, sedangkan media dari negara lain dibenarkan. Ia seolah-olah ada satu sentimen di sana berkaitan dengan media dari Malaysia. Mungkin ada sentimen anti-Malaysia berkaitan dengan MH370.
Saya rasa daripada sebahagian besar penumpang-penumpang sentimen anti-Malaysia tidak wujud. Malah mereka bukan sahaja menghargai tetapi mengharapkan sangat bahawa kita teruskan operasi SAR kita. Tetapi masalah teknikal mungkin di mana pihak media kita tidak dibenarkan kepada PC di Beijing, itu saya akan tengokkan supaya ianya tidak berulang. Berhubung kait dengan alat-alat daripada Amerika Syarikat dan menjurus kepada finger locator hydrophones contoh, di mana kita nak mengesan peralatan di tengah laut. Ini merupakan sesuatu yang saya telah berbincang dengan kepimpinan Amerika Syarikat, kerana bukan banyak negara yang mempunyai teknologi sebegitu rupa, dan sama ada ianya telah pun dihantar ke kawasan berkenaan itu memerlukan pengesahan daripada PECOM, iaitu the Pacific Command. Dan saya tahu bahawa Tan Sri Zul, CDF kita telah menghubungi Admiral Locklear berhubung kait dengan perkara ini. Saya tengok tidak ada masalah sangat kalau sekiranya alat itu wujud, dan keduanya bila ianya dapat digunakan di kawasan-kawasan berkenaan. Cuma saya nak tekankan di sini bahawa tumpuan kita ialah mencari dan mengenal pasti debris yang dikenal pastikan daripada satelit itu merupakan debris daripada MH370. Barulah kita boleh gunakan alat-alat berkenaan. Tapi selagi itu tidak dapat disahkan, saya rasa tidak realistik untuk kita nak mencari menggunakan alat itu di seluruh lautan India.
Okey, sebelah sini. Please, Natasha, could you please? Thank you.
My question will be to the MAS CEO, Encik Johari. On Saturday, the cockpit crew of MAS aircraft failed to inform the air control room when a flock of ducks actually struck at the aircraft's windshield. And there was like glass all over the runway. In fact, Jet Airways several minutes later landed at the runway and informed the control room. And also today morning, one of your flights were diverted to Hong Kong due to an inoperative aircraft generator. This shows the standard procedures are not followed by the cockpit crew and also the ground flight engineers. Your comments on that, please.
First and foremost, as far as the report in Kathmandu, I think just not true. The flock of ducks actually flew across the aircraft and hit the landing light of the aircraft. Okay, we broke the landing light of the aircraft, and the pilot immediately informed the air traffic control and submitted a report upon landing. So that's just not true as far as the Kathmandu incident. Secondly, as far as the the flight to Incheon last night, we had a technical problem with the generator, and as a precaution, we divert the aircraft to land in Hong Kong. So it's not a safety issue per se, it's a technical issue that the aircraft had.
Okay. Zaki, please. Second row. BFM. Please, could you stand up, please, sir? Thank you.
Oh, sorry. I'm Keith. I'm from BFM 89.9. This is a question to the MAS CEO as well. There were reports that Malaysian Airlines did not opt for an upgrade that might actually have allowed search teams to locate MH370 easily. Could you elaborate on this? And this is one for the three good gentlemen up there. Now, hindsight is 20/20 vision. Looking back, what would you guys have done differently that would have, one, prevented this incident from happening, and two, made it easier to find the plane?
Firstly, I've always been consistent. I'm not looking back. I'm looking forward. And our focus has always been to find the aircraft concerned. And we have done that by trying to narrow the search and rescue area. And we have done that by using the most sophisticated equipment that is available out there with the support of our friends, 26 nations and all, unprecedented. So I would answer your question, your second question, that way.
Okay, on the question, I answered that on Saturday. Actually, the same question was asked, so I think you can refer that. Okay?
Okay, yang kat belakang tu.
Hi, Sulin from Astro Awani. I'd like to ask, is there any ELT signals from MH370 that was picked up so far? And if there is not sent, but could it be the signal was sent, but no one picked up because it was an old technology? And also, if the distress signal was sent out, who or which satellite would pick it up?
There's no distress signal being picked up by any of the ships or aircraft, any of the satellite. There's no pickup of the signal. My answer is there's no pickup by any of the vessels or aircraft or something like that. On the question by the BFM, I would say that I have contacted ICAO Montreal this morning, and they say that what we have done is something that they will have done as well, because they say that the best people are here assisting us in trying to locate the aircraft. The people from the American team and also the team from UK are here to help us. If you look back, this is what we're going to do, this is what we will do.
Okay, please. Yang baju.
Datuk Sri Supri Ahmad daripada Bintarian. Datuk Sri, selepas 17 hari MH370 dilaporkan hilang, adakah ada apa-apa rumusan awal yang dapat dibuat? Contohnya pesawat disabotaj oleh orang dalam semasa berada di ruang udara ataupun terhempas di kawasan lautan ataupun mana-mana daratan yang tidak diketahui di lokasi.
Kita kena tunggu sama ada pesawat debris yang telah pun dikenal pasti itu dapat menjurus kepada kita mencari kotak hitam, dan maklumat di dalam kotak hitam itu boleh membantu kepada apa sebenarnya berlaku. Tetapi selagi kotak hitam itu tak dapat dijumpai, agak sukar untuk kita menjawab soalan tadi. Belum. Tetapi kita melihat kepada semua kemungkinan, dan ini sedang disiasat bukan saja oleh pihak polis tetapi daripada agensi-agensi antarabangsa.
Okay, Zaki, belakang you. Yes.
Yes.
Joseph from the Malaysian Airlines. We understand that there's no conclusive evidence to prove what happened to the plane, but judging from security concerns about what happened in the past or the leads, is the government actually considering hiring air marshals just in case maybe to deal with these things?
I think there are so many aspects to this incident that we need to look at, not only just Malaysia, but I think the whole aviation industry globally. And from my exposure with the experts around the world, like I said before, we are looking at an unprecedented situation where a lot of people can learn many things, whether it is security, whether the issue of surveillance, and this can only be done at a later date, because more information can only be discovered with the exact focus on where the actual plane is. And that I keep emphasizing, because even the experts around the world cannot tell me more unless we have more information, and that must come from the plane itself.
Okay, we now go to the international circuit. Baju biru, eh? Yes, please. Could you stand up and introduce yourself, please?
Hello, it's Alistair Leafhead from BBC News.
Hello, Alistair.
Obviously, there's much speculation going around about what caused this. I'm sorry to go over ground, but I must ask you, is there any strong indication that a pilot or somebody on board the plane was responsible for its loss, as opposed to this being a mechanical issue or something else that's non-human?
I think the best way I can answer that is that we are not discounting that fact, but other leads that show, which relates to no ransom note, no groups claiming to be responsible, leads to further speculation. So basically, what we need to do right now is what we are actually doing, which is to have parallel investigations. And whilst these investigations are going on, to be fair to the teams that are doing that, we cannot reveal everything. And if I answer that question, I will also be speculating.
Okay. Thanks, Blani. Depan ni, yeah.
Hello, I'm Megumi from Japan Business Press. I wondered that regarding the question just from BBC as well, actually, if you still keep open the possibility to let the airplane to vanish, and actually that caused the one of the possibilities you think that the catastrophic failure, if it's so, your co-pilot on the 377, actually he has been a training flight. Has he done already completed the training by using a manual system at the time? Because this is one of the major crucial agenda in terms of the Air France 447. The co-pilot has failed to maneuver aircraft by using a manual system, and actually that caused to vanish, to crash the aircraft to the Atlantic Ocean, according to the DEA French authorities report. Thank you.
Before I pass the question to AJ to answer, but let me just say, if you refer specifically to the French Air France 447 crash, the team is working very closely with us. And in fact, Mr. Jean-Paul Trodec, who is the former Director General of DEA, I've spoken to him personally, and they've given us a full cooperation on what they went through. And as you know, even after identifying and locating where the aircraft was, it still took them 2 years to find the black box. And basically, that process is ongoing.
Okay, as far as the co-pilot is concerned, he was actually new to the type. Okay, he actually moved from a lower fleet to a 777. But MAS has been very strict in terms of its training. So he actually was, we do normally have the first 5 flights. The co-pilot normally fly with what we call a check co-pilot. Okay, this is his 6th flight, and he actually passed the first 5 flights. We do not see any problem with him. Okay, and so he's actually on the 6th flight, which doesn't require a check co-pilot. And you must realize that he is flying with an examiner. He's not flying with anybody less than an examiner. The captain is a 777 examiner.
Hold on, gentlemen, please, sir. Question on this side, please.
Jeremy Grant from the Financial Times.
Could you speak louder?
Jeremy Grant from the Financial Times. For AJ, please, question. The Australian authorities, we understand, have asked you for a full cargo manifest. Can you tell us if you've given that manifest yet and what is in it? The second question for the Defence Minister. You talked some days ago about requesting satellite and radar data from military sources. Can you tell us whether you've received that information, what you've received, and whether it's good enough to tell you what we know?
Okay, as far as the cargo manifest is with the investigation team, it's really up to the investigation team to, for the Australian authorities to request from the investigation team, because that's one. As far as what is in the cargo manifest, I think we have said that it carries, some fruits. That's probably in a box, and then we carried lithium batteries, but those are considered to be non-hazardous under the ICAO or IATA, because as long as you pack them in a manner that's actually recommended. I think we carried about 200 kg of lithium battery. All right. So about 200 kilograms, and the others are what is deemed to be a normal, basically cargo. So we carry some electronic equipment, which is just some radios that I think that was manufactured in Malaysia to China, for example. These are, and I think the full list is actually with the investigation team, and if the Australian requests this, I think they have to go and request this from the investigation team.
Jeremy, as I said before, gathering of satellite information, analyzing of radar data, whether it's primary or secondary, military or civil, and increasing air and surface assets, and also the number of technical experts is the mechanism in which we are coordinating to reduce the area that is being searched. I can confirm that the cooperation from the military of all the countries concerned, north and south, have been very, very good. And that is why in my statement yesterday, going to the northern corridor, when I confirmed that China, India, Pakistan, Myanmar, Laos, Kyrgyzstan, and Kazakhstan, and today we confirmed, if I'm not mistaken, 1 minute. Turkmenistan, if I'm not mistaken. You add Turkmenistan to it. This is the process of eliminating and reducing the areas of search. And satellite data, radar data, all have come in and needs to be corroborated and verified. As you know right now, in the southern corridor, we have satellite information from the Australians, from the Chinese, and from the French. An earlier sighting between the two, conversation between the two prime ministers, Australia and Malaysia, just a few minutes ago, confirms some debris that needs to be verified. So we are giving you information on real time.
Okay, gentlemen, sorry, that is all the time we have for today, as the Minister has a prior engagement. Thank you very much. We will meet again tomorrow.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.